course, Tour 12 continued in Canada, this time in Montreal's world-famous Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. Sean Harpel and Preston Plort took the pole in the Pole One Cup Series' 12th running of the race at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, which means it has been in every season of the NASCAR Pole One Cup Series where there's a World Tour, there was always a race in Montreal. Luke Walker, however, would get past both Harpel and Plort to take the lead on the very first lap of the race, and it was a really chaotic first lap, so to speak. As you see on the back of the pack, as you see a lot of drivers piled up already right from the start, as these guys are really want to get really aggressive at this track. But this track is a one heck of a track. It's a tough course to navigate where you make one bad move and it becomes a big wreck. And Sean Harpel, who lost the lead, unfortunately got spun on one of the curves and lost a lot of positions along with many other drivers. And a second pileup happened near the track with the back of the Packers. It's just not been a great day right off the bat. Luke Walker went on the lead on the restart with Pichu running in second, so that makes it a TA2-1-2 to have a restart in this in the race. It's very early on. We're going to see a lot of wrecks. We're going to see a lot of ups and downs. And speaking of downs, here's another wreck that happened on the fourth lap of the race. Big wreck. You see Guerrera, Cody Hagan involved. As you see, everybody else is spinning right on the same corner that everybody else spun at on the first lap of the race. And a lot of drivers trying to navigate through the smoke. But Luke Walker got loose on the turn, and Pichu as well. And RJ Bishop went on to take the lead under the caution flag. TA2 though, Dan Coffey had second on the restart. And here was that restart, as we're going to show you a tour around the tough course of Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. It begins here in turn 1, and it's probably the slowest corner of the track, and then goes down to turns 3 and 4. And there was turns 1 and 2. We just passed 3 and 4 was through there. Then up to the Port La Concorde, as you see our leader just spun out. We're going to have a new tour guide. Anyway, then through the Port de la Concorde through 5 and 6. And then we go up to the turns through 6 and 7, which is perhaps the toughest turns of the course. In the entire course, because most of the drivers spin out on this particular turn for whatever reason. Anyway, and speaking of which, our own tour guide, our second tour guide, spun out on the track. So we're going to get another tour guide. We have 3 different leaders on the lap. Hard to believe. It's the long straightaway between 7 and 8. Then we head over down to turns 8 and 9. It's a tough corner through the Quebec turn. And then down to Le Epingle. Down to turn number 10. It's a quick stop, and it's a really tough turn to navigate through. If you make one bad move, you're going to be in the sand up high. Then we go down to Casino Straight for the final corners of the race, and down to the World Wall of Champions in turn number 12, where probably the best possible action you could get from this track. Then down to 13 to turn number 13, our final turn of the race. And then it's the Varennes near the start-finish line. I think we might have passed it. I apologize. There's the final S curve, and then down to the start-finish line where the whole process starts again for at least 19 laps, or maybe a lot less green flag laps on the track. But anyway, here's RJ Bishop. He was the leader of the restart. He got spun on the first corners of the track, and Dan Coffey got in and he made a pile up off that corner. And then our next tour guide was Mark Riggleman, but he couldn't get through the turn. Neither could Luke Walker again, and Mason Wood took the lead after that spin. There were pit stops in the race, and in fact, Mason Wood dropped back to 5th after pit stops. Dylan Young went on to take the lead, and Ian Dudd, as you see here, took 2nd right off the bat from Luke Walker, who was struggling all race, even though he's still in the top 5. Anyway, more pileups. This was just the story of the race. Big pileups in the back of the pack pulls out a lot of cautions. Like we never had a green flag run in Montreal ever, and that's probably why. And here's Luke Walker getting spun again. Mason Wood also as well. Doesn't matter though, the wrecks were the ones that caused the cautions, but if there weren't, these would probably pull the cautions out. And man, it's a tough turn to go through. Well, in every track of Montreal we've been through, every configuration in Montreal. This is, I think, our 3rd configuration we've been to Montreal at. And still, the results are like pretty much almost the same, except this one has more wrecking. Anyway, the restart, Dylan Young took the restart. Ian Dutta looked to get up high to take the lead, but he couldn't. And then there's the biggest pileup of the race. Luke Walker flips upside down. Everybody flips. Jasmine Acosta's upside down. Oh my gosh, it's the biggest pileup of the entire race. No one could escape, and there you see Isaiah Bernesh. After the pileup, he got spun by his own by Dion Scott in the number 30. And if to add insult to injury, Austin Mongold slammed right into the 28 trying to escape the big pileup. And Austin LaPlante wasn't in the pileup, but he got into a big mess on his own as he hits the tire barriers trying to battle for position with Nathan Hudson. And Dylan Young's day gone from bad to worse as he got hit on the S-curve, losing the lead again. Ian Dutta went on to take the lead on the final restart of the race with just 4 laps to go. Several drivers already pitting just before the green flag. I wonder if that's going to play a factor in the finish. Angel Navarro, what a run he got on that first corner. He's looking to take the lead away from Dutta, and it's not going to happen as he got too high and made contact with Webster Zingarde in the number 12. Dutta pulls away while the others battle for second, and once again the caution would come out for the final time of the race, and it's pretty much the same old, same old. But Ian Dutta trying to race it back to the line. He gets loose, and Dylan Young comes from behind to take the lead and will take the restart under the caution flag. And it'll end under caution because of these massive wrecks that have been happening all day today. But the big surprise, the biggest of them all, Dylan Young pitted with just 3 to go under the caution, coming to 2 to go. The race will not continue back under green. It will stay under caution. But what a surprising decision for Dylan Young to lose a win like that by pitting. But on the final lap, things got really strange. As you see, Ian Dutta took the lead after pit stops, but he runs out of fuel, staying out for too long. He runs out of fuel, and Preston Plord would take the lead, believe it or not, under the final lap under caution, as drivers dropping like flies because they couldn't make it on fuel. Plord has one more turn to go. Will he be able to make it through? He bypasses pit road. Does he have enough fuel to make it? It doesn't look like Plord's not going to make it. He's going to slow up on the course just before the start-finish line. And Kyle Collins and the others are catching up to the caution. Plord can't make it. It doesn't look like he's going to make it. Kyle Collins really slow. He's stopping for some reason. I don't know what's going on, to be honest with you, but Plord, I think, runs out of fuel, will not get the win. Kyle Collins trying to close in, trying to have enough fuel to finish the race, and Kyle Collins on the final corner by a squeaker is going to win a crazy weird finish at Circuit Gillies Villeneuve. Wow, we had a wreck fest, but that led up to a unbelievable chaotic finish to the end. But Kyle Collins the winner today on fuel strategy by the narrowest of margins. DJ Curtis second, Walton's third, Young is fourth, Miles is fifth, Washer is sixth, Coffey is seventh, Zingarde is eighth, Bernesh somehow survived in ninth. I'm not sure how that happened. He was on pit road when the checkered flag came out. And Matt McIntyre rounds out the top 10. Here's the rest of the field. Preston Plord went on to finish 21st after trying to win it. He almost became the first pole setter to win at Circuit Gillies Villeneuve, but as you know, fuel miles just didn't play out at the end. But what a race that was. Next up, we're heading to the UK at Silverstone's UBS 300. Be sure to see you then here at Great Britain. One more thing to mention, it's Kyle Collins' 6th career win and his 2nd in Montreal, which makes him the 3rd driver, joining Charles Sanford and Avi Sachs, to win more than once at Circuit Gillies Villeneuve, and also his 3rd win in Canada, which makes him a Canadian expert. We'll see you then!